Hey gang, so today we're looking at a fidget by illwill Industries. Will has sent through the Apex Spinstick. I've never had a spin stick. This thing is actually a lot of fun. It's simple, but it's actually pretty fun. And it's all 3D printed, so I think this might be a first for the spin sticks. You know what, I could say a whole bunch of stuff while I'm holding it up, but let's not bother. You don't want to hear it, see my face at the same time. We want to get it on the camera and have a close-up, right? It is the Apex by illwill Industries. Running through the fire, let's leave it behind. We gotta go now, go now. We gotta go now. Okay, here we have the spin stick. So this is the first time I've tried a stick. I know there are kind of metal ones as well out there. I haven't tried either, so this is my first, and with the 3D printed one, I think this is actually a great starting point, especially if you can't afford or don't want to afford the metal one. Then the 3D one is really well built. Now, I wasn't really sure what the purpose of these sticks were, but they are for beads, right? So if you end up getting different materials, different beads and stuff, then you can just kind of line your beads on here. And it's actually kind of a cool way of carrying around something that I would maybe kind of consider an accessory, the beads. I mean, listen, don't come after me, bead people. I don't know, maybe I'm using the wrong term for that, but it is a great way to display those, however you want to describe what beads are. Now, this is the 3D printed version of it. So you get the stick, and we're going to take this apart in a minute, but you also just get these extra, you can buy these extra beads so that you literally just get the stick. Like, still going. This thing on its own spins really, really nicely. So when you get this, you get the stick, and if you order the extra beads, you can get those as well. But the stick itself comes with a few accessories. Now, I'm not sure if he's still going to be making these particular pieces or not, but these are different cap options. And this is a stainless steel composite, I believe, and then this is more of a kind of a skeletonized see-through cap. And so you can kind of switch the caps out. What you also get is a bearing changer. So this works in the bearing tool. So if you get a bearing tool and then you use these pieces to add to the bearing tool to kind of get the bearing out. At first I was really confused. I thought this was like an extra bead of some sort. It's not. And then you also get this little extension if you want to add some more beads. So overall, it's actually pretty cool. This little guy here just comes right apart. We'll just get this. I'll show you how it detaches. So we just unscrew here. So we get different pieces. You get, of course, the actual, the rod itself. Like I said, that's kind of an extension rod if you want. You can extend it by, you know, screwing this in, and then you can add more beads on top. Now, I thought I would be able to maybe extend it with the caps here, but sadly you can't. There's no extending those, which is unfortunate because that would have been kind of cool, but you know. I was like, oh yeah, hey, look at that, it can go super long. Problem is, once you close this up, these don't sit properly. So you would need some kind of insert for that. So this is a very specific piece. If you have more beads, you can add on to there. But if you just come with the stock, then these are, I'm just gonna line these up so that I know how to put the whole thing back together. There. So this is the stick. This is the end. And the way the end works is we have all these little pieces. We've got this little insert here. So let's see if I want to change this out. Let's just change this out right now for the stainless steel composite. So we can see we've got our little screw cap. We've got our actual piece. Oh, now you know what? I just realized I can't change this out without the bearing tool. So that is, that's something to consider, is that while you can change these out, I think this is in there pretty good. Yeah, like this bearing is pressed in. So That's kind of an issue. You cannot swap this out unless you have a bearing replacement tool. So that's, to me, I think that's a bit of a problem because you have these great end pieces, but you can't do anything about it unless you have this third-party tool, which I don't have. So for now, I guess we'll just stick with what we've got. So when this whole piece goes together, and that will just screw right in back into the top of our little post, and don't drop it like I just did. So now we can just kind of reassemble. And that's it. Now, I probably should get a bearing tool at some point. I just haven't really gotten into the spinner space enough yet to really warrant one. But it would be nice to try this on here because this is slightly heavier. It's kind of neat. So that's it, gang. So yeah, again, keep in mind, if you do get this and it comes with any kind of extra caps, you do need a tool to kind of press fit that bearing out of there. And then you would use these adapters to do that. There is a video on the Facebook group on Illwill Industries. That's where you can see the video on how to use this tool to get it out. Other than that, this is a lot of fun. This is actually kind of a daily driver for me, especially in the car, because you can't really do anything to it. It can't go, you know, you can't lose anything unless you lose the whole piece. So you're just sort of driving and you're doing this. Now, I will say, don't expect to use this on the couch next to your partner, spouse, whoever it may be, because it is not quiet. This is definitely a solo experience spinner. I mean, it's a spinner. Is it? I guess it's more of a fidget. It's kind of a fidget spinner. Sure. I'm gonna say this is a spinner because it spins. You can even spin the other way. Not as well, but still kind of neat. Look at that. All right, gang. So that is the Apex Spinstick by illwill Industries. Thanks for watching.